The biggest mistake people make when moving to Baton Rouge that no one warns you about this. Everyone talks about how affordable Baton Rouge is, lower home prices, lower taxes than a lot of big metro areas, decent cost of living, but nobody talks about the one mistake that quietly makes people miserable day after day when they move here. So in this video, I'm gonna break it down for you, the biggest mistakes people make when moving to Baton Rouge, and more importantly, how to avoid them. We're going to talk about why treating Baton Rouge like one big uniform city leads to flood surprises, commute shock, school confusion, insurance nightmares, and lifestyle mismatch. We'll cover how parish lines, flood zones, older homes versus newer construction, and even where you cross the river can completely change your day-to-day life here. Stick around because the number one mistake is the one most people never think about when making the move here, even though they absolutely should. I'm your Baton Rouge relocation resource, and I help families, professionals, and retirees land right here in Baton Rouge for how they actually live, not just what looks good on Zillow. And let's start with it. Mistake number 10, treating Baton Rouge like one big city. This is where almost every out-of-state buyer starts off wrong. Most people visit Baton Rouge once, they see LSU, they drive down Perkins Road, they eat at a restaurant downtown or near Highland Road. They assume the whole metro area feels like that. It doesn't. Baton Rouge is extremely fragmented, and lifestyle can change drastically within just a few miles here. Living near mid-city, Perkins Road, or even the Garden District feels completely different than living in Central, Prairieville, Denham Springs, or even Zachary. And yet, on paper, it all says Baton Rouge, and that can be confusing. And that's where the problem starts. A 10 to 12 minute drive here can mean 15 minutes, 45 minutes, or even an hour if the bridge gets backed up or if it's raining. Here, flood zones change here block by block. School quality changes by parish line, per niche.com's ratings. Insurance costs can double just by crossing a street. People shop by price or zip code instead of shopping by daily life, and that creates regret. Now, mistake number 9 that people make, understanding commutes and traffic patterns here in Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge traffic is not evenly bad. It's corridor specific. I-10, I-12, Airline Highway, Segan Lane, Perkins Road, Highland Road, and the Mississippi River Bridge. They all behave so differently. Trust me, you do not want to be stuck on the Mississippi Bridge during traffic because that bridge moves and that can be a little scary. Someone living in the Prairieville area near Airline Highway may have a completely different commute than someone in Prairieville closer to Highway 42. Living in Geismar can mean a smooth drive at 6:30 a.m. and absolute gridlock at 4:30 p.m. here. People move here thinking, it's Louisiana traffic. It can't be that bad, right? Y'all, it can be. When rain hits, accidents, that bridge backs up can be a little scary at times. Then we have our construction here. Distance is not time in Baton Rouge. You need to test your commute at real hours, not just look at Google Maps at noon. Hi, my name is Sharon Dallalio. I am a local relocation specialist here. I help families from all over when they're making the move to the Baton Rouge area. Whether it's a walkable neighborhood, a mixed-use neighborhood, or more rural with land, if you're making the move to Baton Rouge, my info is popping up on the screen right now, or you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, and the link is going to be in the description below. Mistake number 8, not understanding our flood zones here. Insurance until it's too late. This is one of the biggest Baton Rouge specific mistakes. What risk here is not theoretical here. It's real and it's uneven. Two houses on the same street can have completely different flood histories, completely different insurance costs, and completely different resale stress. Areas like Shenandoah, parts of Jones Creek, Denham Springs, and the low-lying sections of South Baton Rouge require serious due diligence. Some homes never flooded, some may have flooded only once. Insurance premiums can vary widely, and buyers often find out not until after they're under contract in a house what those areas are. Flood zones does not automatically mean history, and no flood history does not mean low insurance. This is something that must be reviewed before you actually make the offer. Know how old the roof is because that matters. Most insurance companies in Louisiana won't insure a roof 15 years old or older. And this is where I can really help you out and save you a ton of money and headaches by educating you on the history of the areas. All right, mistake number 7, confusing parish lines and school districts. Baton Rouge schools are not just one system here. You have East Baton Rouge Parish, you have Ascension Parish, Livingston Parish, Zachary Community Schools, Central Community Schools, St. George District. Crossing a parish line, I can't talk today, can completely change school quality, taxes, and resale demand. A home 5 minutes apart can be zoned for very strong schools or schools where buyers actively avoid, from my past client and past history of my clients. And as a realtor, I can't advise you on schools, but you can check niche.com for their ratings to see what schools are rated what. Listings are often wrong. Online maps are often outdated. This mistake shows up when families move in and realize their kids ride the bus for an hour, or they're not zoned where they thought they were going to be zoned at, or they need a private school unexpectedly. Always verify schools directly with the district before buying in that area. And mistake number 6 is assuming property taxes are the same everywhere. Louisiana's property taxes are generally low compared to the rest of the nation, but they're not uniformed here. Taxes can vary by parish, by city, special districts, new construction versus older homes. Your property taxes is typically lower on the newer construction homes. Some newer subdivisions carry additional assessments. Some areas have infrastructure or school millages that buyers don't expect. Also, taxes can change after purchase. You need to understand what you're paying now, what you'll likely be paying later, and whether exemptions apply. Do not rely on the seller's tax bill. If you're getting some value out of this video, if you can hit that like button, it really helps my videos reach more people. Thank you. Mistake number 5, ignoring HOA rules and restrictions. HOAs are common in the newer areas of Baton Rouge suburbs, but you also have some areas in Baton Rouge that are older that have a lot of HOA restrictions as well. Prairieville, Central, Zachary, and parts of St. George are full of them. Buyers assume they can rent later, they can add a fence easily, park a boat or a trailer, modify the exterior of the home. Then they find out they can't. Some HOAs restrict rentals, some limit fence heights or materials, some restrict parking completely. Always read the covenants during the inspection period. Okay, mistake number 4, choosing older homes versus newer homes without understanding the trade-offs. Older homes in Baton Rouge often come with character, mature trees, central location, but also you have older plumbing, electrical updates, roof and HVAC risk, higher insurance premiums, foundation issues. And newer homes offer typically better layouts, energy efficient, lower maintenance early on, but that often means HOAs, smaller lots, less privacy, builder saturation nearby. Neither is better, but choosing wrong for your lifestyle leads to regret. And mistake number 3, ignoring neighborhood turnover and development plans. Baton Rouge growth is uneven. Some areas are appreciating steadily, others are oversupplied with new construction. If you buy a home surrounded by vacant land, assume it won't stay vacant. Future development affects traffic, noise, value, school crowding. Research the zoning and growth paths before buying. And mistake number 2, misjudging the true cost of living. Your mortgage is not the whole story. You also need to factor in insurance, flood insurance, taxes, HOA fees, utilities, maintenance reserves. A cheap home can become expensive fast. Also, factor in the increase of insurance and property taxes over the next few years as well. Always ask for insurance estimates, utility averages, system ages, the roof age. All right, we're down to number 1. Mistake number 1 that people make when moving here: not planning your real day-to-day life. This is the biggest one. People move here during spring or fall and fall in love with the vibe here. Then summer hit, rain hits, traffic hits, school routines hit. Driving is a part of life here. You need to plan your work routes, your school routes, your grocery runs, doctors, kids' activities. If you choose a location that fights against your routine, it will wear on you every day. Most regret doesn't come from the house. It comes from daily friction. Every mistake in this video is avoidable if you know what to look for before you buy. My job isn't just to tell you to buy a house, it's to help you buy smart in the right area for how you actually live. If you're relocating to Baton Rouge, reach out using the contact information below. I'll walk you through a Baton Rouge specific checklist covering flood risk, schools, commutes, insurance, and neighborhood fit, so you move with confidence and feel at home once you get here. If this video has provided some value for you, if you'll just hit that like button, it really helps me out. Thank you for watching. Until next time.